Hey gamers, thanks for tuning into Fire Chicken Review, a channel that's dedicated to talking about some cool custom products out there for some of your favorite games. And today is no exception. Today we're going to be talking about KeyForge. If you haven't heard about KeyForge, it's a game that's being released by Fantasy Flight Games. Initially it was showcased at Gen Con 2018, and it's a unique deck game. Looks absolutely fantastic. Here at Fire Chicken Review, we're extremely excited to talk about different tokens and different aspects that are coming out and doing a bunch of reviews for it. What makes the game awesome and, well, unique is that every single deck within KeyForge is a unique deck. That means that when you go and buy a deck for only about 10 to 15 Canadian or US, your deck is it's like no other deck. So I'll be linking, of course, to FFG's website. So if you haven't heard of KeyForge, you can look more into it. And hey, maybe you'll be interested in picking up some custom tokens. And don't worry, if you're not interested in picking up custom tokens, I'll also be doing a review about some stuff that you may have around the house, talking about how you can use some tokens from your other games if you're not interested in buying a starter set. But that's getting too deep into KeyForge. Today we're going to be talking about Burger's tokens that they've made for the game. And these things look absolutely fantastic. The first thing that I want to note is I love, sometimes I get cards from companies so that I can showcase, this is the company, this is who they belong to, and these are where you can find them at. Well, Burger Tokens decided to give me a little sticker. When I say sticker, I actually mean a token to represent who they're at. And the reason why they're called Burger Tokens, you can see right here, if I can zoom in. So what this is a, basically, it's a sticker that you can put on a penny. So you can take a American or Canadian penny or a coin of similar size, and you put one on one side and one on the other side, making, well, a burger. And I absolutely love that. So here's their website. Don't worry, I'll be linking not only their website, their Facebook channel, and a few other links like I mentioned so that you can find more about KeyForge. But these are these tokens I think are going to be really cool and awesome and inexpensive, and I'll get to that in a minute. So they have different ones. So this one here is for KeyForge, like I was mentioning. They actually, if you go to their site, they have some for Magic, they have some for X-Wing, Star Wars Destiny, Legend of the Five Rings. So they cover quite a few different games. And I believe they also have just tokens that you can use for generic tokens for a variety of other games as well. And what makes it so awesome is if you check out their site, most of their tokens just come in sheets like this. So it's about 50 stickers that you put on the pennies, like I was saying. Sorry, correction. It's 100 stickers to be put on 50 pennies, so a roll of pennies, which is awesome. It's just brilliant marketing. And what all you need is you have to have one of these sheets and 50 pennies, and you're usually good to go. So there is a little bit of arts and craft that you're going to have to do, but it's going to be well worth it. I've also talked about in the past, and I'll show you here quickly, is when I said that they do Legend of the Five Rings, another favorite game of mine, I talked about in a different review their tokens there. And I'll just show you quickly, they're double-sided, and on some of the coins, they have different symbols on it. So it looks really cool, and it's a really unique way to make your game look awesome. So you may be wondering, well, how do I put this on? Well, this is probably one of the easiest tokens to assemble. There's a 3-step instructions that's actually on the back of the sheet, and I'll be showing it here in a bit. Basically, attach to penny, one side, here's the other side, press firmly around the edges, and the third instruction here that they don't show is have fun with your tokens, of course. I love that it's right on the back is instructions of how to do it, good use of what they're already shipping stuff to you in. And if you're wondering how it ships, it's simply going to ship in a envelope like this because it's lightweight. The shipping cost is fairly inexpensive. I think it was about $3 or $4, and this was because I'm in Canada myself, so it was international shipping. So I think it was 25 US altogether for a set of tokens. And what's interesting about the KeyForge set here is that I can show you, if you look up in the corner, is that it actually comes with, and I know a lot of you haven't played the game yet, it comes with enough tokens that you're able to actually have 2 sets. So you can just buy 1 sheet of these tokens and be able to split the tokens evenly almost, and you'll be able to have a 2-player set of tokens, which is, to me, awesome. So you can spend, like, hey, I go in with a buddy for about $12 each and get a token set. That's kind of cool. Probably you're just going to want to keep it for yourself, and just so when you're showcasing KeyForge to your friends, you can be like, hey, here's some tokens that I have for it. All right, so I'm going to be back in a minute. I just want to take it out of the wrapper here because this literally just came in the mail the other day and I haven't taken it out. So just bear with me for 2 seconds. All right, and welcome back. I just wanted to quickly take it out of the wrapper just because you guys didn't need to see me struggle trying to do that. Not that it's that hard. So these 2 tokens look awesome, and as you can see with the light shining off off of them, excuse me there, they just they're really nice. And when you see them on the pennies themselves, like the L5R tokens I was showcasing, they're going to look even better. So before I start taking some of the pennies off and showing off what these tokens are going to look like, I just wanted to talk about how many you're getting of each. So let me just remove that for a minute so I can show you here. So basically, you're getting 23 amber, which is the yellow tokens that you see there. And what the amber are used for is in KeyForge, you basically need to forge 3 keys. And you need to have at least 6 amber before you can forge a key. But having a set of 23, it's a little bit excessive, and I think it's personally unnecessarily. If it was me, I would say that you probably only need, even for 2 players, maybe 18 at max, because most turns, when it gets back to you, you're going to forge if you have 6 or more. So 23 is a bit excessive, and I would have liked to have seen some more damage and maybe some more stun and power tokens. That being said, even though this is their first edition that you can note right on there, they're actually coming out with a second set of tokens already. And I mean, this just came out only like within a week or 2 ago. So this is brand new, and they already realized, like, hey, there's a market for more stuff. So like I was saying, you get 23 of these. You're going to say, well, I see more than 23, but you got to remember that you're going to be putting a sticker on each side. So you're going to get 23 of these. You get 14 damage tokens. So basically you get 10 1 damages, 10 3 damage, and only 4 5 damage, which again, if they redistribute to how many of each, what I would have liked to have seen is probably 2 rows of 1s, so having about 21 damage sides, a row of 3s, a row of 5s, still keeping the 6 keys. And basically when I was talking about that you need 6 amber to forge a key, there's actually, within the game, there's 3 different colored keys. There's a red, I believe a green, and a blue. I still haven't played the game in person yet, so I'll have to correct myself if it's not green. It might be yellow. I can't remember off the top of my head. But basically, the 2 sides that you see here is a forged side and a non-forged side. And again, the damages, I would have liked to have seen some more 5s. You don't need too many. But when you're flipping it over, it would have been nice. 4 is very limiting, I think. And because 1s is going to be the most popular, it would have been nice to have seen an additional row of 1s, additional column of 1s versus I would have taken out just one of these columns of amber here. All right, so just give me 1 second. And welcome back there. I just had to go grab some of my pennies. And so this is the other aspect that you're going to need. You're going to want to have a row of pennies, like I was saying. If you're like me in Canada, you might have to go to a bank in the States. And I recommend actually picking up at least 2 rows of pennies. And the reason behind that is because you're going to want to have the cleanest pennies possible, right? You don't want to have any type of dirt on them so that when you put the stickers on that they stick quite nicely. So I'll go ahead and show you how easy it is to take one of these off. So just taking my penny here, and so it comes off the sheet. And like they were saying here, is that you just want to put the sticker on so it's nice on the face like so. And just press in on the side. So let me get a better zoom in here if I can. Maybe. No. I don't think my camera likes it there. But basically you're pressing in on the sides. And then because this is an amber token, I'm going to want to do that on the other side. And there you go. So you can see that you have a nice amber token that is on either side. Now the only thing, another issue you'll have, depending on how well you place it, you'll notice that some of the tokens will overhang a bit. And this, you know, it's not the company's fault, in my opinion. It's that not all pennies are exactly the same size. And you may, you know, not put it on exactly correctly here. You might have it overhanging. The issue, of course, with that is that then it may come off. You can see with my finger here that you might have issues in the long run if it's not on there firmly, but you can just readjust and they'll stick there. The L5R tokens I've had, I haven't had too much issues with them. They stick on pretty good, and a lot of these tokens, they stack quite nicely as well. So when you're stacking them, they stack pretty easily. So this is the amber, as I was saying, getting a little bit sidetracked there. I think the amber token looks absolutely fantastic. And you may have noticed that it's amber spelled A-E-M-B-E-R. And it's just the designers of KeyForge having some fun with it. So it's not the amber that you know, it's amber within KeyForge. It's a little bit different. So that's that token. I wanted to show just a few other ones. So with the 1s and the 3s. So again, how easily it is to take it off. You'll notice that it's already, because of the type of material, it comes off fairly easy. And this is the back of the token. Again, just applying it here. And if I'm doing a terrible job of putting these on, that's probably because I'm looking through my camera to actually put the token on versus looking at it in real life. I think the one looks quite nice here. So with these, if you want, you can have ones on both sides. But the way they laid it out and the smart way to do it would probably be put a 1 on one side, take the 3 and put it on the other side, which is very common in a lot of games, just to have that ease of flipping it. And what I did here, I didn't double check. If you want to be, you know, have it, you can have the 1 on one side and the 3, so it's not crooked like I just made mine, but oh well. So I'll take that, put that on, and yeah, I like this a lot. It's because of it going onto the penny, it really pops out quite nicely here. It looks great. So there's the 3 side, and basically I should explain is that the 1, the 3s, and the 5s is that in KeyForge you're going to be playing out creatures, and the creatures can take damage. So you're going to have a lot of creatures in play. You'll probably have between like 1 to 6 creatures on average, probably like 3 or 4 on a turn. They're going to have damage on them. So this is a decent amount of damage tokens. You're probably going to want this amount just for 1 player though. So when I was talking about having it, this is almost good for 2 players. If they readjusted how many tokens that they had on the sheet, representing what type of symbols, it may have worked out just a little bit better. But I think both the 1 and the 3 is very colorful. So there's the 1 side there. It looks nice. And the 3 looks quite nice. It reminds me, if you ever played the game Smash Up, it kind of reminds me of the Smash Up tokens that are also very colorful. And the last set that I wanted to show you here real quickly is the keys themselves, which are really important in the game called KeyForge. So here's a forge key, taking the other side, and I'm doing just a quick job of these. I'll probably readjust this after the video for some of these, but I wanted to show you, and I think this is probably the coolest token that they have. So you have this blue key. So right now there's 3 colored keys like I was mentioning. So here's the unforged side, and basically when you get 6 amber, you'll be able to say check, and on your next turn in KeyForge, if you still have 6 or more amber, you'll be able to take one of your unforged keys and flip it to the forged side like so. And I like the design that they've gone here with. I believe I think it's slightly different than what's in the game. I would have to double check if it is. I believe it is. I think it looks really nice. I like the electricity coming out, and you can see the 6 pieces of amber within the token, and you can see the sockets on the other side, which is very similar to what you'll see in the actual KeyForge game. And then just having this, and my only complaint here, and I think it's a small complaint, is that I think if Burger Token had the opportunity, it would have been nice if the actual keys were put on a different set of tokens set. And the reason why is I would have liked to see the keys to have been quarter size, or even loony size or dollar size if you're not from Canada. That way they're just a little bit bigger and don't get lost in with your other tokens. It's like, oh yeah, that's my key. So unfortunately, I think this is a tad too small. Conveniently though, if you're going out or whatever, you can just throw this in your token box. Unlike having a giant circle within your token box, you can have this small little thing. So that's kind of convenient. But it would have been nice if this was bigger than the other tokens, just so that you have an easier representation of them. But I still love the design. I think it does a great job. And yeah, so those are the 3 that I want to show fairly quickly. I don't think I need to take off any more. Basically going over them, I think the amber is looks quite nice. I think the stun token itself is, I think the stun is only, yeah, it's not too bad. It gets the message across. I love the color in all these tokens. I love how the light hits them. The +1 representing power in the game. It would have been nice, again, if they had some +1s, maybe some +3s potentially. I don't know how far the game's going to go along with this, but like I said, they're doing a second edition of their tokens that is more focused on different types, so they have those options. Well, there you have it. This has been a review of Burger Token's KeyForge, basically penny tokens, which is awesome. They're one of the few companies I know out there doing that. I hope you enjoyed the review. And if you want to see more KeyForge, I recommend checking out Fantasy Flight's webpage, checking out my own channel, because we're going to be talking about a lot of KeyForge in the upcoming months. And if you know anyone that's making KeyForge products, or you're making them yourselves, let me know on Fire Chicken Review on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page. Subscribe to the channel, and I hope you enjoyed. All right, take care, everyone.